What? Oh, hi. Sara Pascoe is our next guest on TalkBox. Rich Fulcher's TalkBox, the podcast that's sweeping the continent. So please press like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Apple and Spotify, press follow and give me a 5-star review, because that's how people get famous. No, not really. I'm just the same old humdrum guy who eats hot dogs and farms with a stick. Wait, is that everything I should say? No. But that's it for now. Where's my bag? What do I have to do today, Kenny? I have to pick up milk, cheese, ramen, china. Oh, hi! Hi, what were you doing?
I feel bad. I haven't brought you any dairy products.
Oh.
Hi.
You don't drink dairy, though.
I don't.
You're vegan.
Yes.
Oh, still?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sara Pascoe, everybody.
Hello.
Just dropped by.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
I was just planning on sitting here. But this
You looked quite sad.
No, I'm not sad at all. I'm happy.
Good.
One thing, I just wanted to tell you something, because I left for the U.S. when we were we were gigging together sometimes, and it was about 2011.
Right, yeah.
When I went over, you blew up here.
Everyone kept asking for you. And I was like, he's not available. Can I do the gig?
No, but what I want to say is I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Because I come back and then we're watching you on TV and it's like, that's Sara. That's Sara.
Oh, that's nice. When did you, so you left 2011 and then when did you come back?
Well, actually, I think it was 2013 and we came back during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So it was about 8 years. Because we are pandemic movers. We had enough with because we found out we were going to have our kids homeschooled for another year. They said they're not going to open the school, so we go, F that.
Yeah.
And we came back. Yeah.
So,
but that we were going to come back anyway.
Right,
that was the motivating factor. Sorry to bore you with all that.
No, it's interesting. I just must have been hard for your kids moving and then having to go back to a new school? Or did they know
a lot
people
of
already?
people are worried about kids. They're very adaptable.
Great. That's good.
Yeah, but early on, I'd advise people, because it was just the point where if they got any older, I would be worried. But they didn't, they didn't have many friends.
Okay. That's good.
No, they
yes. They weren't too attached to...
Yeah, it was the perfect time to do it.
Okay.
And we had always talked about coming back. Okay. Are you thinking about moving anywhere?
Well, we will eventually move to Australia, yes. So this is why the age and how to do it.
Like when?
Well, I had always, in my head, planned, okay, maybe the little bit between junior school and secondary school would be the perfect time, because then they would start school then. And then another parent said to me, these hypothetical things about children are much more difficult than you think, because actually at 11 years old, they might be very attached to a friendship group. And the idea of going on the other side of the world is upsetting.
You can shoot a kid off into space and they'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
It all depends on the kid,
I think it does depend how sensitive they are, doesn't it? And like you say, talking about it in advance, making it exciting.
How old are yours?
Well, currently 2 and 4. So at this point, it would be fine. Also, I think Australia compared to England has so many, like, their grandparents have a swimming pool in Sydney.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen in this country.
Yeah.
Like
we had a pool in LA.
Yeah.
But luckily they've forgotten about it. We wanted to leave so they would forget about it.
Like, you dreamed that. I've never.
I know.
Who would have a pool in the garden?
I know.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I think so.
But secondary school is definitely, that was my dad was in the Air Force, so we moved all over. That was the worst move.
When
was
you
in
were
high school.
Oh yeah, yeah. Being a new girl or boy at secondary school, something can happen in the first day, the first week, and you're done. Like they're evil at that age.
Yeah.
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 You do
And
need the safety
it's
of
just-
people already know you.
It's just when I was having an acceptable group,
Mm.
huge jock. No, I wasn't a jock.
Yeah.
But I was hanging out with the kind of comedy weirdo
Yeah.
people. And then I was, had a girlfriend, a pseudo girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it was just the perfect time. And then they pulled me out.
Yeah, it's
So
tough, isn't it?
It was tough.
Yeah, I don't know how. Even now, I wouldn't know how to play it going into secondary school, because you can't be overconfident because someone will have to knock you down. You do have to sort of know your place, be respectful. There's just so many variables.
When I was little, like before school, I remember being walked in to the front of the class. Class, this is Rich. He's new. And it really had an effect on me. Like, I need to do something. That's why a lot of kids whose parents are in the military are in entertainment.
Yeah.
Because they kind of have to, entertain people in order to be accepted.
Yeah, and also maybe even just being comfortable with being looked at as an outsider, you then go, okay, nobody likes me. Well, this was my experience, not for different reasons, not the military thing, but I did start a secondary school halfway through the first year, and I just had to make a spectacle of myself.
Yeah.
Because they were looking at me anyway.
It's fight or flight, really.
Yeah. And it's an ownership of, okay, I'm facing the wrong way. I can't do anything right. But make a career out of it. Yeah.
And that's when your career started, basically.
I think so. Yeah, first year of secondary school.
Wow.
Yeah. It's many, many decades now. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so now you're like graduated.
No, I haven't got my GCSEs yet, but
Wait, you never
year now.
graduated?
Oh, I did get my GCSEs. I was being silly, Rich. I didn't ever graduate university because I still owe them money.
Oh, really?
So the university, when I went to university, you had to pay. You got a loan to pay your fees, but they didn't pay it directly to the university. They gave you a check, and then you had to pay the university. And in my third year, I was working. I'm like earning a bit more money, but I didn't pay my fees.
So you don't officially have a diploma?
No.
You've got to get one, right?
Do I?
Have a little ceremony.
Uh,
And then your kids will be like, okay, I better graduate too, right?
I don't want to inspire my children. I want them to have a very sort of low bar. My 4-year-old, he just turned 4, Theo, and he said to me, I said, do you have an idea of what you want to do for a job? He was expressing outrage that me and his dad keep leaving the house to work.
Yeah,
And it's like, what is wrong with you? No working today.
What do you do? What?
Yeah. And so I said, do you have an idea of what job you want to do when you're older? And he said, no, I'm just going to come to work with you. And I went, that's absolutely fine.
I wouldn't
be
mind
really
that.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, though, there's a lot of pressure. Like, their grandparents are always saying, well, what do you think you want to do? What do you want to study? It's like they're being bombarded.
Yeah. And the world is a horror show. And there's AI taking everyone's jobs. I don't want them to like train in accountancy and then find out that's a button now.
It's going to disappear.
Yeah. So I think hanging around with us is quite a good job.
Like, yeah. And then, but more kids are living with their parents now, especially boys.
Yeah, that's what I've got, boys. I hope they never move out. That'd be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just have a big compound.
Because my mum was very much like, the minute you're 18, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Independence.
Go or pay rent.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, no, she was just go. There was no option of.
Right.
Yeah. Your money's no good here. Yeah.
Wow. And so you left. And so to go to college?
I tried to work for 2 years first. I really wanted to be an actor. So I did like hotel entertainment and old people home plays and
that's cool.
theatre and education, that kind of stuff. And then after 2 years, I realised I was never going to. I then had a new plan.
Wait, you can't just drop this.
I realised I was never going to be like successful, but I don't want anyone's doing that job. I didn't want it to sound like I don't think that's successful. Do you know what I mean? I just realised I was never going to earn more than minimum wage.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, what kind of plays did you put up in the old folks' homes?
Oh, that was Reminiscence Theatre. Have you ever heard about that?
No.
So you interview. I didn't personally, but the people in the old people's homes, they all get interviewed and they tell their stories about how their husband proposed, how they learned to drive in the war, these kind of things.
That's great.
And then we made plays with songs from the period about their experiences. And
they
then,
go, that's me.
Well, they were asleep. But they occasionally would go, Maureen? Yes, yeah. So we would go into the homes in their living rooms, and they would protest that the TV was being turned off, and someone would insist, and then we'd erect a very, very small stage.
So you felt you weren't properly appreciated. All that work you put in.
It was really good training for stand-up comedy.
Okay.
When I first did stand-up, which was, I mean, people didn't laugh, but they were awake. I was like, this is the job for me.
You got more hackles than the old folks' homes.
Oh, much worse. We had a part of our tour.
Where's my bag?
No, but things like, one woman scalded herself with a cup of tea, and so then it was just like all hell breaking loose. So show business. You have to. We've started, so we'll finish. Is that the saying? Yeah, and so things like that. There was one I remember where they didn't want Wimbledon to be turned off. It was like a Wimbledon tennis final.
Oh, that's a bad time.
So bad.
Yeah.
And they were so angry, and then they fell asleep. But quite often what they would do is give them a sherry to sort of calm them down, and that's why they would sleep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
that is much. That is a hard crowd, and schools is really hard.
Yeah.
Because they want to have fun.
You got to get them right away.
Yeah.
It's like YouTube. In the first 6 seconds.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
I
don't know that we ever did get them.
So you quit that, and then you went into stand-up. No.
So then I went to university because my plan was to go to drama school, so I kept auditioning. So I auditioned for those 2 years, didn't get in, and then I thought if I went to university and got a degree. Also, I had no money, and I did want that loan check.
Right.
So I thought if I go to university. Then I've got a degree, I can do loads of plays while I'm there, and then I'll audition for drama school, and then I'll get in, but I still didn't. So I auditioned for 5 years in total until I went, this isn't going to happen. And stand-up was a sort of, I did character stand-up first rather than straight stand-up, because I was doing it to get into acting.
Right.
But when
Plus, a lot of times people do characters to ease into being themselves. Yes,
and also because it's so scripted.
Yeah.
You can perform it with a bit of a fourth wall there, where stand-up's a lot. There is no wall.
Yeah, it's like you're doing a monologue for. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And how did that go? What kind of characters did you do?
I had a woman.
I am Baroness Rothschild from the 16th. Was it one of those?
Yes. I had a detective called Mrs. Nudie who was just wearing a mac, and I put little cards underneath everyone's chairs so that they had to give clues and solve things and do stuff.
That's
so that was
great.
Quite interactive. I liked being Mrs. Nudie.
Did you film any of this?
No, this is back before anyone filmed anything.
This
was where you had to be there or it didn't happen. And
I would have loved to have seen that, Mrs. Nudie.
Mrs. Nudie. And then I had a woman with a guitar who never played it, who just talked with the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny because this
people
next
keep
song.
Thinking, People keep thinking you're about to play it, but you don't play it.
And then you'd say, good night. And they go, what?
Yeah.
And the Mrs. Nudie, by the way, would you take off your clothes at the end?
I never did, but they knew. They knew I was naked underneath.
Okay.
No, there was never a reveal.
And so you did a bunch of different characters.
Yeah.
That helped you with your monologues and stuff.
I think, or just being busy, actually.
Yeah.
Just not. Cariad and I live with Cariad and her mum, and because I met Cariad at university, we were both sort of trying to be actors, and it was just so depressing, temping, not knowing how to have a life constructed in a way that we wanted. And I think doing the characters, how happy that made us, the expression and the creativity. That would get us through weeks and weeks of not acting.
Because you look back at it and you think, how did I ever do that? Rejection after rejection. And you just sort of did it because you liked it.
Yeah, I made a collage of all my rejection letters.
You did?
When I lived with Carad and her mum, yeah. Because very arrogantly, Rich, I thought at one point in my life I would look back and go, if it hadn't been for all of that rejection, I wouldn't have got this Oscar.
What doesn't kill
Yes.
you makes you stronger.
Or definitely, if you really want something, that's how you prove it. Almost that. I don't know. It hasn't made me any less sensitive to rejection, but I do think that's how you prove you want to do the thing. If it was easy, everyone would do it. And actually, I know so many people who, after their first rejection or their first gig to silence, went, I can't do that again, whereas quite masochistically, I can.
But now I think about it like having had a taste of, the top. Thinking back, would you do this again now? It seems like there's no way I'd do all the stuff I did, right?
I don't know. I think the way that our industry is going...
It's about live performance.
Yeah, I feel like that's the spine. I think for two reasons, actually. One, I think when your life is about pleasure, actually enjoying things.
Epicurean.
Yes. Yeah. But those shows were never about money, but they were about, really enjoying trying a bit out and seeing if it worked, and being with other people in the same space. And I think it's important not to be depressed about it. Honestly, I think those gigs for the audience are the most fun comedy ever is.
I know.
I think, of course, you can have amazing gigs to like hundreds of people, but once it gets to 1,000 plus, you do lose a lot of connection, a lot of chaos, a lot of that person will see whatever I do and whatever I say.
Because one of the reasons I got into it is, and anytime you can do this, it's always the best for me, is when you can replicate goofing around with your friends in a public environment or on TV or on screen. If you can do that and it's just fun, but it rarely is.
I think that is really rare. Like what you had with the Boosh. I think every teenager, that would be the dream.
Sorry.
You okay?
No.
What's happening?
Occasionally, I live with a cat.
When I said the Boosh, you were like, I'm allergic to the memories.
No,
she's brought up the Mighty Boosh.
No.
Right.
I have a cat at home and I'm allergic, so...
But you let your family get a cat? Because Steen, my husband, is allergic to cats, and I didn't realise that was still an option.
I think we talked about it. Yeah, seriously.
Because my kids would love a cat.
I
loads of
inhale the shit out of this thing. I must use it every week.
Okay.
I must get a new one every week.
Oh, God, okay.
So
well, that's great. I'll tell Steen.
Tell Steen. Just get a 6-pack of inhalers. But this cat is not as bad. Mm-hmm. So have him test out different cats.
Okay, great. If you could send us some hair in the post, no note. I just want an envelope addressed to Steve full of cat hair, and I'll see how he reacts to it.
So, what were we talking about?
Mighty Boosh.
Boosh.
So what you guys had, so you guys already knew each other from gigging together and like the live circuit, doing stuff separately. And because you also got it live, then it's like radio, TV, and then the massive live tours. Mm-hmm. You were playing stadium gigs, weren't you? You had it at every level.
But the most fun I had was when we were initially rehearsing. We would rehearse a lot to write. The rehearsals would result in some of the scripts. That was the most fun because like a whole day would go by and you'd go, what? It's 5 o'clock already?
Yeah.
Like that never happened. Now it's like, oh God, I got to do this thing with Hugh Grant. No, I don't have to.
Is he going to come in next?
Yeah. He's the next guest.
Yeah. So it's rare, isn't it? And so do you wish that you had had that later on, that you're not comparing everything to it afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah.
You turned the tables on me.
This is, and again, I'd say this to anyone listening who's like trying to work in the arts or crafts in any ways. You do want to peak later rather than earlier.
Yes.
I think they make all these boy band documentaries now about the 90s.
They peaked early.
You don't want to be 19 and 20 and thinking that's going to continue. if you have success later on, you also know it's fleeting, enjoy it now, it's not forever, invest some money, all of these really sensible things you just can't know when you're young.
People say that to me. They said that to me too. Like, enjoy this while you can. You're in college, enjoy it while you can. And you just go, oh, nice one, old man.
Yeah.
Go off and drool.
Yeah, go and whistle.
Yeah.
Go and whistle and wait for your bus.
But it's true.
Yeah. I don't know how you give young people. What we need is some kind of quantum leap where they could just have like a couple of hours in an older person's creaking body.
I think you'll be able to do that with VR.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing that? Going into schools, because they do that thing with like flour, like look after a baby. See, now wear a condom. Isn't it rubbish looking after a baby constantly? Why don't we reverse it and go, this is what it feels like to be 60.
Exactly.
Get out of that chair. Yeah, see how it feels.
Why not? I think it's the next way forward.
Okay. I love this use for VR now.
Yeah.
Maybe we could give people hangovers that are much worse, so they know what it's going to feel like to have a glass of wine in their 40s compared to in their 20s.
But we never, I think there's something inherent in our brains that forgets things like pain or, like, for instance, I understand labor is very difficult.
Right. I haven't had it, so
from women.
I had C-sections,
right,
which
my
are
wife
really
did too.
great. Yeah.
But that pain must be erased in some way because otherwise people would only have one kid.
Yeah. So part of it's the oxytocin. That you get this huge flood of bonding chemicals afterwards. But I also
you have an answer.
Yes. Well, they have researched it, Rich. But with this, and in terms of evolution, our brain stores memories that we would need to learn from in future. Knowing about that pain would, as you say, would reduce the population, so it wouldn't be an evolutionary trait.
Right.
The people who had labour once and then went, absolutely fuck off,
Yeah.
am I doing that again? But their genes wouldn't be replicated in as many numbers as people who had more children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like, what if you're like a rugby player and then you hurt your knee? You're not going to go and play again if you can still feel that pain all the time, memory-wise.
Yeah, and if you're a rugby player who's also given birth,
if you're a pregnant
your whole life
rugby...
is ruined. The kids are slowing down your rugby, your knees hurting and making you a terrible parent.
That's a great movie.
It's my movie. I've come here to promote Rugby Mum.
Rugby Mum, everybody.
Hugh Grant plays her husband.
He would be good.
Do you think so?
He likes rugby.
Do you think so? You know that for a fact?
No, because I was on, not to name drop, I was on Wonka with him.
Oh.
And he was at the premiere.
Yes.
And I was he was across the room, and I go to my wife, I've got to talk to you, Grant.
Yes.
What's my opening? And so I heard he was into rugby, so I started with
You rugby tackled him to the ground.
I punched him in the groin.
Yeah, that is so confident, yeah.
I bit his nipple
He'll
off.
never forget you. So the Wonka story I know about Hugh Grant is when someone used his toilet, or he accused someone using his toilet. Do you know this? Yeah.
No.
Oh, I think he went on a bit of a rampage because he had a private toilet and someone else had been in it.
Oh,
I think
shit.
I believe I shouldn't name anyone.
The toilet.
Yeah.
That said HG on it. I thought it was Hermione Gingold or something.
Yeah, or have good time in this toilet. Yeah.
So he went off
Apparently,
on somebody.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, accused them.
Was it a number 2?
I don't know. I didn't ask specific details. And also I don't think the person that he accused had used it.
Okay, this is a Timothy Chalamet is nice story. Because I needed to use the toilet and the next one was really far away on the set. And he goes, you can use my trailer.
Ah.
And so I went into the trailer and it was like huge. You could drive a golf ball in that trailer.
I've just realised that this is a Paddington story. It's not a Wonka story.
Oh!
The toilet one.
That's
Hugh
why
Grant,
I didn't know
yes,
it.
Hugh Grant got annoyed on Paddington too.
Because the bear went into the toilet.
Must have been. That's what bears do.
Get out of here.
They go everywhere. So Timothy Chalamet said, just use my bathroom. That's such a nice...
It's really nice.
And that's a nice sort of like... I know Timothy Chalamet really well. We've sat on the same toilet.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Oh, you should tell people.
I didn't sit on it. I should have rubbed around.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Get a little Chalamet magic.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, Lord. No, but he was really nice.
Okay, well, that is nice.
Yeah.
I admire his openness about ambition recently.
Did you hear that speech? Yeah.
Well, actually, I read an article about the speech.
Yeah.
But I did think, and they were sort of saying, it's not very cool. And I thought, the honesty of it, and for a young man at the beginning of his career, just saying it out loud to sort of focus himself.
Yeah.
Don't get distracted by the money, the fame, the other stuff.
I wasn't upset by it.
And I just thought, pretending not to feel that when it's such a competitive industry and everyone is judged and is a couple of sort of decisions away from being then rejected forever for something that was out of their predictable control, those kind of things.
Plus, somehow I feel like if this were a sport,
Exactly.
it wouldn't be viewed in the same way. Like, I want to be the best rugby player, pregnant rugby player in the world.
Yeah.
And everyone would go, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And afterwards, and if you missed out on a medal at the Olympics, but you were like, I've got 4 years to train and come back here, I didn't get this one, so the medal is important to me.
Yeah.
We would understand that. Whereas with acting, with things that are more, we go, oh, it's not about the Oscar, it's not about the stuff. It's like, well, then why do we do it then?
Yeah, exactly.
Or why do we do that to people?
Yeah.
Because it's not fun. I don't know if you've had BAFTAs and things, but it must get into... Have you got BAFTAs and things?
No.
But it must be it messes with people's head to get rejected from those things, or to then be shortlisted and then feel sad, or for forever to go, that's the thing that beat me, look at them now, all of that stuff.
I know. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say that acting isn't competitive, but they do give out the award. But I think ultimately being nominated is the award.
Yes, of course. But then even that in itself, I think that makes people then want to win it.
I know.
And then also, especially if there seems to be then benefits afterwards for one's career, because you're launched, because you're hot or whatever for a little amount of time. Edinburgh, they have the awards.
Yeah.
And I think that gets into lots of people's head in comedy.
Totally.
Yeah.
What they should do is have each person do the same movie.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah. Just get 5 people to do the same movie, and then you could say which one was the best.
But I feel like this is so great on every level, because you could have... So we swap out the actors in Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
But we have the same script and director. Then we get loads of different directors doing Pretty Woman, loads of different actors doing Pretty Woman, loads of different script writers doing Pretty Woman. We just tell that story over and over and over again. This is what Hollywood needs, actually, is a refresh.
They'd call
Pretty
it.
Women.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do some gender reversed ones where it is Pretty Men.
Because eventually, though, won't you have a movie and you go, oh, I don't like that star. I'd like to see Richard Burton in that role.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I'd have liked it more with Richard Burton and Robert De Niro.
And then you just put them in.
Yeah.
Wow. Getting back to your ascendancy in stand-up.
Yeah. Okay.
When was the first time were you in uni when you went up for the first time?
Oh, no, it's well after university. So it's 20 years next year. So I think I was 27.
So it was 2007. Wow.
Yeah.
And did you just go to a club, or was it like...
I booked in at Balham. You know, the Bedford in Balham that had a new material, new act night on Thursdays. So it used to be that Time Out had phone numbers for like Balham and the King's Head and the new material, new act night, so you could ring up and say, can I have 5 minutes?
So it wasn't like John Bishop where you go...
he stole my story. I was trying to win back John Bishop's wife, actually.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm the sequel. Yeah, the woman who went on after John Bishop, and the wife was like, I'm not interested at all. Yeah. Have you seen the film?
No, I haven't.
I haven't. I went to see it the other day.
Yeah.
I really like it, because I tell you why, 2 favourite things, stand-up comedy and monogamy. I loved it, yeah.
You love monogamy.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or definitely explorations of monogamy that's committed but difficult.
Yeah.
I think we don't get that as a love story. We get love stories that end with let's be together, not how do we keep being together when life is so long and
Or
you are
let's be
so
apart
moody.
gracefully.
Oh, yeah, gracefully apart. Yeah, how do we have spaces in our life
Yeah.
to miss each other and come back and nourish our relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were at Balham.
So I did Balham, yeah.
And it went well.
No. Some people
Oh.
had really good first gigs.
Yeah.
I would say mine was absolutely what you'd expect from a first gig. It was fine. 12 people sort of smiled at me. Think it'll be okay. But the act of doing something I was afraid of meant that
Well, you took away something from it.
I flew home. I was so flooded with neurotransmitters, dopamine.
That you had done it.
Yeah, well, and also I was just like, that's what I'm going to do
This
for the
is
rest of
it.
my life now.
Wow.
I remember thinking I'm a one-man band, and I'd always thought I wanted to be an actor, and I then realised I can't. Well, I didn't realise that then. I'm not a good actor because I never lost myself in a character ever. And I was like, oh, I should have been myself.
There
That's
are a
the
lot
point.
of actors that started out acting that go into comedy.
Yeah, and I think you do have to sort of a little bit unlearn the having exact scripts on stage.
Yeah.
Too much performing, actually, not being responsive enough to what's actually in the room.
Right.
I think for a beginning number of years, I was still a bit of a character of myself.
Right.
It took a long time to lose that.
Well, that happens. I mean, some people copy another comic.
I think I was very influenced by Noel Fielding, actually, and Russell Brand. They were the two comics that I was really influenced by at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you told them that?
No.
No.
No, I've never met either of them, I have to say either.
Really?
Yeah.
Noel, come on in. He's out there.
Him and Hugh chatting away.
Yeah, in the toilet.
Yeah.
But then you evolve into your own. That's kind of a.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a moment where it was like, wow, I'm just myself now?
I think just more very, very slowly emanating. And then after a few Edinburghs and then beginning to tour, but then really feeling the feeling that I was still working towards combining like the glee I had at the beginning, the freedom when I didn't think it was going to be my job, when I just thought it was 5 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
And then if it does become a job, there's a lot more pressure then for it to be something. And then, so trying to get back to that glee and that joy, but with this whole toolbox of preparedness, but involves actually being really present in the room.
I know.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of, because the Winter Olympics is on right now.
Yeah.
I don't mean to date this show.
Yeah.
But how they've done everything muscle memory. And then all of a sudden you're at the Olympics. 4 years you've been training and you're asked to click on the muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same with stand-up. It's like, I've got to be loose and natural.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
50,000 people to see Sara Pascoe.
And exactly like the muscle memory thing, if something trips you up, it's probably you. So like keeping your mind blank enough, or so if you do have an intrusive thought, that's not what you're thinking of. And then, then you have gigs that are filmed for TV and those kind of things, and trying to perform still like it's live and
Yeah, this is what I read, though, is that a lot of world records are broken when the people like a track athlete is not feeling well before the race, because your mind is focused on, oh, I'm sick and blah, blah. Psh, the muscle memory just takes over because you're not thinking about anything.
God, that must be so hard for sports people not to try and like
get sick.
Yeah. Oh, is that my appendix? Is that my, I tell you the sport that I think would be the most similar to comedy in terms of a precarious mental state.
Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks. Also beginning with T, tennis. The having an opponent and it not getting into your head, because I think tennis is really competitive.
So the opponent is the audience?
Well, it's not for us, but we can treat it like that. So here's the thing. In tennis, I think you have to play the shot that person has just hit. But if you're angry with yourself about a shot you lost 2 points ago, you're out of the game. You're not thinking about this properly. You're not responsive enough. They can see that you're all of these things having. if you go on stage and you do your first joke and it doesn't
bombs.
work, and then you have this shame and you want to apologize and you can't leave and you have this amount of time, whereas it's about how you say your next joke. But you're thinking about this horrible feeling and why did I start like that, or why did I tell them I was tired, or why did I walk on in a weird way, or even going, what have I done? All of that stuff.
You get into a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A spiral.
Because I've done that. I've had a bomber in the beginning, and then I can hear myself thinking.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
it's scary when your mouth is talking at the same time as really loud thoughts. Because then you start to go, and then I have a third voice going, you are insane, you're thinking this, your mouth is still going.
And when you're saying, stop it.
Yeah.
But it's hard too if you've got a 1 hour show and that happens.
Yeah, but there are tools, as in like having been through it.
Right.
You do get better. You do it the wrong way, and then you work out what is the right way to deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 This is really anxiety.
Am I making you feel? It could be worse. We could be playing tennis.
Yeah. I have played tennis where I'm going, like Sam's serving for the game. I go, I'm serving for the game as I'm throwing it. And I know I shouldn't be doing that.
And then you go too fast. You're like, it has to be this is going to be the ace, and it's done. And then it just goes off to the right, and you go, you idiot.
I'm about to win.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
That's the point that I would do it, is get it like a sort of a match point. Like, it's fine. You just need to get 2 in a row. But I would want it so much that I just fluff it both and go, why am I saying that to myself then?
See, this is why people take Xanax.
Oh, in America they do.
They take it all the time.
Xanax? I don't know if you can get Xanax in this country.
No, but I mean, people are always looking for ways to get into the Zen-like state. I remember one time an acting teacher actually promoted taking, what do people take to calm down?
Tea?
Yes.
Cups of tea?
No, but it was some kind of drug, and then
like
it was
a Valium or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, what?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. People smoke marijuana, do they, to calm down?
Do you ever have a drink before a gig?
I used to, and I was because I felt very nervous, and a glass of wine I thought helped me.
Right.
And then I stopped. I had a boyfriend who was a comedian for a couple of years, and as soon as we started doing gigs together, it was really good for a comic I respected to say to me, the drink does you no favours.
Jack D said that?
Jack D said that to me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I wasn't going to name drop.
Oh, that's all right. We all know who it is.
What a terrible way for his wife to find out. Can we just now say that we are joking, just in case?
Yeah, we're joking,
I can see
everybody.
the chortle headline now. And Jack D messaging me, I'd never touch you with a barge pole.
There's a lot of headlines in this.
So it was so I was nervous, and I thought a glass of wine or 2 glasses of wine got you into...
Or 3 or 4.
3 or 4, that's it. So I thought it got into the same state as your audience, that you should be in the same... If they're in a zone, you should be... That's not true.
You pipe into their vibe.
Yeah, so you're both like, you got the same energy. I actually now really believe that's why the performer should be sober, because it's their party and you are the performing monkey. You're not a guest at the party. And I believe that you should feel nerves, because I do think that's something you can use to focus yourself, and fear. And also you cannot predict actually how alcohol will affect you. There's a perfect point, if you love drinking, which I do, where... You sort of quiet down your front brain a little bit.
Yes.
And you sort of feel a bit more confident. And that point is great for stand-up comedy. You do feel a little bit funnier and a little bit like everyone thinks I'm very charming.
It's like harnessing your nerves.
Yeah.
It's like your nerves are these horses.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like rein all the horses in.
So that we'll go, wee, once we're on stage.
Yeah.
Nay.
Yeah. Because I've had too much energy sometimes for a gig, and I'm going, blah, 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 blah. And they're going like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say blah, blah, blah.
No, never. It's too
It's
professional.
not funny. Is it?
I think the blah,
Can you write that down?
Blah,
Maybe I can use
blah
that.
Guy.
Yeah.
Blah, blah guy. Maybe, have you ever pretended to be a character to open for yourself?
Would it backstage?
Oh, no. So you could go on and do 5 minutes to warm up for Rich Fulcher. So if it doesn't go well, it's on blah, blah guy.
Yes.
Anyway, and then the other thing is so a few times I got too drunk because I felt too sober, and I would like do a shot or something just before I went on, and then I'd be up there, and my legs would be soft, and I'd go, I'm too drunk, or I'd really stumble words. And if something does go wrong, if you do get heckled, if the fire alarm goes off and you're just a little bit too slow in your reactions because you've had half a bottle of wine, that is on you.
Sometimes, one time I know I had a little too much because I could hear myself deliver it a little slower.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
And then I started to panic.
Yeah. And you just realize, it's just, so I think the nerves that make you should feel them, be aware of them, and there should be no cushion. And I that's what I now think. Also, the other thing, so this is what that boyfriend said to me. He said, because I used to take a drink with me, that boyfriend, John.
That goddamn boyfriend.
But what he said to me is, you spend your entire set looking for your drink, wondering when you can have another sip of it. And that was true. Because once you've had a drink, quite often you're enjoying the drink, and it's like the stand-up gets in the way of it. So now I don't drink before I do it.
People have water on stage sometimes.
I don't even do that. I think it's really
I don't
embarrassing.
like it when they take the top off and you watch them drink the water.
I don't like it. It's such an intimate person. Do it in your own time. Why are we all watching you have a drink? Obviously, if someone's like swallowed a moth and they need some water, fine.
Yeah.
But otherwise, and also, you could definitely do an hour without a drink of water.
Yeah.
I go days without a drink of water.
Well, like you have a whole meal and then you dip into the meal during the thing.
Yeah, I do think it's odd, especially the opening. Also, they wait for what they consider to be a good joke. So whenever they're doing it, I think that's very arrogant. You're not now like,
I deserve that.
Why don't you clap that while I go and get myself a sip of this?
Oh yeah, some comics have said I deserve that now.
That's out loud.
Yeah.
Give them a Xanax.
Yeah.
Calm down.
So, when you started to become yourself more, do you feel like that's when you really started? Are you the type that really your learning curve went really high? Like, do you take away from a gig like, oh, I did this, I should do something different, or do you take like notes?
I do take notes, especially after gigs where
you seem like a note taker.
I'm a note taker. But because I think I need to externalize the learning, but it's particularly when it's what should I have done? What lessons do I keep having to learn over and over again? You should not start with a negative, even if it's a funny negative. I'm hungover. I'm tired. Where the fuck is this place that we've had to come? I've been on a rail replacement bus. Even if you think you've got a funny twist to it, I think you should be a dog wagging their tail. You're, like when the audience meet you, whatever your persona is, you should still be like, I am so glad to be here with you. I don't know if you found after COVID, after the lockdowns, that gigs were so glorious.
Yes.
And I realised watching so many comics that, I gigged with before, when they said thank you to the audience for coming, they really meant it. When they said it's nice to be here or it's nice to be out of the house, they really meant it.
Yes.
And I was like, we have to hang on to that glory. Anyone who leaves the house to watch something live is a hero.
How do you hang on to that, though?
You remind yourself before you go out that all of these people could be at home watching anything on all of the streaming platforms. They haven't seen all the TV and the films.
There's so many good things.
There's so many good things. And especially here at the moment, like the weather is terrible. If they have stayed out after work or, left the house again to come out, you should be so grateful for them and excited because they must really want this, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes live special because people have made an effort and they're sitting there and we are in this little experience together.
Yeah. That's what I think. And I think maybe in the olden days there was more, especially in comedy, like arms folded, But I think nowadays it's such a wide spectrum of what comedy is. There isn't so much of like a, where's your punchlines, as there might have been 15 or 20 years ago. I just think they're very open-hearted, so we should meet them in the same way. And that's what I think about negativity.
So don't start out with a negative.
Only the first comment. I just think the first comment should be, so here's a thing that I learned from writing down in my pad. I would get scared of drunk audiences when I had to do weekend clubs.
Especially like Friday nights.
Exactly. Friday nights, hen do's, stag do's, these kind of things. And I just twisted it that rather than going, because I used to say to them, I'm terrified of you, out loud before I started. But I started telling them, oh my God, you are so pissed. You're my kind of people. I can't wait to spend 20 minutes with you, or some version of that.
That's a positive.
Yeah, so you twist it to positive. So I've still called the fact that I've never seen people so drunk at 8:30. Let's do this.
You were on the verge of throwing up.
That's it. Someone's going to fight me by the end of this.
Yeah.
But saying it in a positive makes us all excited, and you've still said the same thing. Because especially at the weekend gigs, I would go, I don't think you're going to be able to hear me. You're too drunk.
Yeah. All right, let's start out by behaving. Because I know you're drunk.
Yeah, that's it. You've made bad life decisions, so have I. Let's do this.
It's like the teacher who immediately says, everybody shut up.
Yeah.
How are you going to learn in that environment?
Yes. No one.
So when did you learn that? Did you have a particularly...
I think just trial and error. But I think that's what writing things down helped me with. Was like, what went wrong at that one? Again, I did that same thing. I've started on a negative. Here's another example of it. If the gig's really overrunning. So if you were on late in a bill and you were supposed to be on at 9 o'clock, and it's now 10:15, and it's been too long. But also, if you say to them, "I was supposed to be on at 9 o'clock," that's not a nice way to open. So that's what I mean by it's a kind of mistake.
Well, that's true with life, too, isn't it? Like, if you're late for a meeting, some people will give an excuse, and then sometimes you just go, I'm sorry, I'm late.
Yes. Yeah, you've had to wait for me.
Let's make this a great meeting.
Yeah. Do you know that Mariah Carey doesn't believe in time? This is really great, I think. As a philosopher, Mariah Carey doesn't believe in the concept of time. I find it really relaxing to think about her. And her thing with meetings is she can't be late for a meeting because the meeting with her isn't happening until she's there.
Okay.
Don't you like that?
Yeah, but then that will mean, like, you can wait until I arrive, right?
Well, I think what she's more saying is it's a story. We all agree, like with currency, and she doesn't agree that it's a linear thing. That there's no such thing as 4 o'clock. She's either there or she's not.
Time is the fourth dimension.
Yeah, but for Mariah Carey...
and time is money, and she has a lot of that.
Yeah, but also I like the idea that time is also perception, and her perception is she's exactly on time because she got here when she got here.
I see. Because that's all that time is. It's us trying to make sense.
Yeah, we're imposing a structure into something. Yeah. But I love the fact that it completely falls apart if someone says, no, it's not. I don't agree.
But what if everybody was Mariah Carey?
Well, this is maybe, again, to go back to AI, this is what maybe will be freed up to be more like Mariah Carey. If all of the responsible things are being done in society by computers... It
frees us up to just run around and wear a diaper.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. Or just... borrow Timothy Chalamet's toilet all the time. You could just be like, I liked it so much that one time I used your toilet. I want to only use your toilet.
Oh, Timmy, sorry, I'm here again. It was just so good the first time.
Like, are you even on this film? No.
No.
They let me in just to use the toilet.
I got a free pass. I'm doing Hugh Grant's next. I see.
Yeah, I like that for you.
You have a pretty laissez-faire attitude about things. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about now that you've had children? Have you changed at all?
Yes,
in terms
completely. I've been destroyed.
Oh, no.
I know, but I was reading something the other day about ego death, and I really loved it because they were saying about how people go, they take ayahuasca, or they go to retreats, and there's this whole thing of like ego death, death of the self. And actually, I think becoming a parent...
Ego death.
Is it? I mean... From
Columbia Pictures.
Yeah. Ego death, yeah. So my eldest has just turned 4. My youngest is now 2.5 nearly. We're out of the... They still don't sleep through the night, and that's been our biggest struggle. But it was much, much worse than it is now. We are getting... Xanax. The kids. The kids just relax.
Kids Xanax.
Baby Xanax. I think... This is where stand-up has really helped me, because there were times when they were smaller, were going to a gig and talking through a microphone was the only section of the day I felt even vaguely like myself,
It was
even
your
though
own, yeah.
even though I was mad.
Yeah.
My favourite promoter, James Gill, I'd play his gig a lot, and he said to me, "So is that your thing now? Just sort of you're like just doing this thing like you just can't remember words, and you're just sort of like." He didn't say having a breakdown, but he was like, but he thought I was making an artistic choice.
Right.
So you're just sort of like,
yeah, that's my bet.
Yeah, that's mine. I'm just trying it out. Yeah. So it has changed me, and then I the other thing about stand-up, unfortunately, is that if something's happening in your life, you have no choice but to talk about it on stage or stop gigging.
Yes.
And I think also I'm now coming out of a stage where I have to talk about having babies.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Even though people go, okay, that's when your act turns hacky.
Boring.
Yeah, kid.
We've heard about someone else who had a baby.
Well, I did a gig several months ago at Bill Murray, and I said, who all has kids? And like one person raised their hand. It's like, this isn't going to relate to anything.
Yeah. It's either we're sort of putting people off it, or it's like they're on safari going, this is, and they also probably can't even imagine why there's no one else in the audience who's got kids. It's like they're all at home putting their kids to bed. Yeah.
Who has an AI sex marriage? And then everybody raises their hand.
Yeah. 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 An AI sex marriage.
Who has 5 AI wives and husbands? Oh, by the way, somebody was on recently, Ed Byrne.
Oh, yeah.
And said how funny it was. This is about online comedy, how sometimes you'll do an online bit and then it goes so well that you can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like you had a great line about how you never catch women with a secret family.
Yeah, housework bit, yeah.
Which is such a good bit, he said.
Yeah.
That you told him that you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I dropped it from my tour. Well, it was prep for my tour. And then, I didn't put it in the tour show because I thought that might be the reason someone's come to see me on tour. But also, I get very bored of material anyway.
You do?
So I feel like if it's on a clip online that people can see, I don't need to say it. Something was happening as I started it where I was almost groaning inside, like going, this bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But sometimes you've just got to, I mean, has it ever happened where, like, you'll say something a lot and then you realize that, well, these people, like, say you go to Australia, they haven't heard this before.
I don't care.
So, okay.
It's
about you.
But I think it comes back to acting. The minute it feels like I'm in a play I've written for myself, I can't say the bit. So the minute it feels like lines, so I actually think there's like this really sweet spot between the joke starts properly working, but it's not in its exact wording yet. So I can say it differently. Yeah. And then there's a sweet spot. But the minute I'm saying it exactly the same with exactly the same intonation, I'm dead behind the eyes, and it usually just stops working anyway by itself. Where I'll just go, it's just not working.
So which would you rather do? A joke that you know, and you know it's going to get a huge laugh, or another joke that you really have fun delivering?
I think it's that. I think the stage of it's getting there or it's improving is so much more enjoyable as a creative phase.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I've left the house for me, like as in I've gone to the gig for me to work out the material, because the other side of it feels too much like a job. Don't you think?
Yeah.
It feels like, no, I came here because they pay me.
So you start out your gigs, fuck you guys, this is for me.
Yeah. Well, internally, almost, yeah. I don't say it to them. To them, I say, it's so lovely to be
here.
Isn't it great we've all left the house? Yeah.
We're all dressed up, except for you in the diaper, but that's fine. And you're the one that's late. You don't believe in time. But that's... Oh, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
This is because I have kids.
Yeah. Also, it's because you'd had a mind palace, seeing too many characters from our conversation at the gig.
Yes.
You distracted yourself.
I did.
You were so there.
I saw them all. Now, what about... Because this is my fear, is like, with the kids, you're getting a lot of your material. Is that the only source of material? Like, where do you get your... how do you get it?
Luckily for me, because I'm working on a new show now, But I think it's going to be a combination of shows because my dad's a jazz musician, but he does jazz improvisation. He released a 40-hour, 18 CD album that is a improvised version of James Joyce's Ulysses.
It's like the Grateful Dead.
And I don't know who they are really. But what the great thing for me is I'm going to make a work inspired by my dad's work. And also the idea of making improvised jazz about James Joyce's Ulysses on CD in this day and age with everything that's happening feels to me so
That's amazing.
Retroactive. It feels there's something that feels really healthy to me, and I don't understand jazz, and I've just started reading Ulysses, but I'm reading it very slowly.
Well, there's a movie coming out,
Odyssey. Of the Odyssey, yes. Okay, great.
So your dad is right on point.
Yeah.
Skiddly do wah wah.
Yeah. And I think jazz improvisation, I think being accompanied by my dad's music, I think it will be, I think it's a thing I can deep dive into. The Odyssey is so sexist as a story, I think.
Because it's a dude.
It's a dude who has like other relationships and lives with this, is it Calypso, for 6 years, while the whole point is that Penelope's waiting at home and is faithful and like doesn't move the bed and
like
getting rid of all the suitors. Everyone wants to be king and all that kind of stuff. So it's a story. It's not a great story for modern times, is it?
Did you tell your dad that?
No.
Dad, what are you doing?
But my dad thinks James Joyce is really his interpretation of sexuality and male-female relations is really interesting.
Okay.
But in the James Joyce, the woman waiting at home doesn't wait. She isn't faithful. She has lovers as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's much more modern.
And that's when you do the flute in the jazz. What instrument does he?
My dad plays the saxophone, but I think I'm going to learn to play the trumpet. Or maybe like the guitar thing, just have a trumpet on stage and never play it.
Oh,
but
I wish I could play the sax.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think it's the worst sound in the world.
I love the sax.
People say that, but if you've been brought up by someone playing it in your house, it's like nails down a blackboard.
Really?
I have to, when I hear buskers, and I have to.
Yeah.
I
My favorite things.
Yeah, or.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm afraid if we run out of time, I won't get to talk about this.
Yeah.
The Great Sewing Bee.
Oh,
My
yes,
wife
yeah.
and I love the show. My wife sews.
Oh, she sews. Okay.
And
would your wife ever go on it?
I asked her to go on it, but she doesn't like the time constraint.
Yeah, it's
isn't
not enough
it
time.
Crazy?
Well, this is the thing. Anyone who actually sews finds the show quite stressful to watch because they'll be like, "We're going to make a blazer. You've got 15 minutes."
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, "But it takes so much longer than that." So, but the trouble with television is they have to put jeopardy in.
I know.
So it's annoying. So it's annoying because of course no one can do it really, really well. Mistakes are going to be made, and they have to have mistakes made so that they can judge it. So
I have several questions.
Okay.
When they ask you, first of all,
Yes.
how did you get asked to do it? Did you say, I want to be on the show?
So I did the Christmas one. So I'd seen it, and Joe Lycett was hosting it, and
Yeah.
then they wanted a new presenter, and essentially we had to audition. So they definitely wanted a female
It's
comic.
you and Jack D.
So awkward to see him again.
Oh, Jack. Hi, Jack.
He was like, "You drinking?" I said, "No." Big audition, and you had to go and meet Patrick and Esme, the judges, and you had to do.
Did you know them before the show?
Oh no, I did from the Christmas special, but not know them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then you had that sort of producers there, and you had to write intros to tasks. So you had to go and sit on a chair, and I'd have to do like my jokes about like a
cool.
child's jacket and stuff. Yeah. And then whenever you audition for something, you do then start to really want it when you're in competition with other people.
Yes. Competition does that.
That's what I was going to say about acting being competitive earlier. The awards. How can anyone say acting isn't competitive? Because the whole process of being shortlisted and you've got a callback and you're penciled, all of it makes you really competitive.
Yeah, yeah.
Unhealthily so.
Yeah.
When it's very arbitrary, the decisions that are made. Sewing Bee, yes. And so you had to do an audition, and then I got the part of presenter. But
You did?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was pregnant with Theodore, so I then had to tell them I was however pregnant I was at that point, 3 or 4 months. Yeah. And then thinking, that they might not want to insure me.
I really want the job. I'm pregnant. And you just threw it
baby.
in.
Yeah. See you in 2 weeks. But actually, it's it's not like stunts or anything, so they were fine.
Oh,
Being pregnant.
great.
Yeah.
When they ask you, go pick your materials, have they already picked their materials?
No, that's real.
Because it just seems like, how are they going to pick them so fast?
They probably just edit it together to make it faster.
Okay,
it's definitely taken out of their time. So they probably just don't show. Maybe they make a decision. It's not that interesting to watch 20 minutes of people picking fabric.
Right.
But they definitely do pick it in real time. Because they are in the haberdashery, they have looked at everything though.
Okay.
So if you say...
That's what I think.
So I think sometimes they go, if it ever is a tweed, I love that tweed. Kind of thing. Maybe that kind of thing.
Yeah, because they just seem to pick things out so quick.
Okay. That's interesting. It's interesting. That's your take.
How much time in between each competition?
So it's always the same filming days. So it starts at 2.5 days when you've got 10 sewers. And then by, I think, episode 7, it goes into 2 days. They're slightly longer. And then the days get shorter and shorter and shorter.
So you like it as it goes further?
I like the breaks. It was a very good show to host because there was always time. Even judging, I would have a laptop on my knees doing my work because judging takes forever.
Yeah.
And then every 5 minutes I get to go up and go, Sharon.
Would somebody be really into sewing and then you come up to them and they go, what do you want?
Yes, and if you think about it for the poor sewers, they have the producers asking them the questions, the judges asking them the questions, and then me asking them the same question because they often want them to say it 3 times so they can choose in an edit which of us they're talking to.
You've got to be really patient with that.
But also everyone, you realise now, is really savvy to reality TV. People have grown up with it now. They've been watching it for 25 years. So I'm always really shocked that the sewers are so good at talking to the camera. They're so good at talking to a producer. They're so professional when I'm saying to them, so what was your inspiration for this? And I know they've already said it 3 times. And they will say to me, they'll go, oh, yeah, well, my dad played rugby with Hugh Grant. And they tell you again, and I'm just astonished by it. But we all know how reality TV works.
We're all savvy now.
We are, yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
No. But you could maybe do the Christmas one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah? So do you sew as well? Have you learned a little bit?
No. I need to. I'm not being sexist.
No.
I really want. But that's another thing. Do you have trouble getting men? Or
they call that straight men. They used to call a unicorn if we got one.
Really?
Yeah. When they were telling me who's the next season sewers, they'd go, and we've got a unicorn.
Because the last one, I think I saw the last one where you weren't the host. There were some really good men.
Yeah. The other thing with sewing is that people can get good quite quickly. And some people are very talented at it, so they will only have been sewing for 2 or 3, 4 years. And during lockdowns, sewing is one of the things that people did or took up.
Baking bread and sewing.
Yeah, so I think that production company that does Bake Off and Sewing Bees really benefited from. Maybe they started the coronavirus. I don't want to spread that rumor.
Right, right. But I mean, I think there's so many formatted things that I think Sewing Bee is one of the best ones.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I think it's nice that they don't make people cry. That's the sort of thing. And it has happened a couple of times where people have just been, frustrated and emotional. But they really try and calm things down when it's getting emotional rather than brilliant, okay, close up on Claire, she's about to burst into tears. Her zip's gone fucked, go and interview her.
Claire's drunk.
Instead, they're much more often shall we have a cup of tea? Shall we give them an extra 15 minutes?
That's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting because they're very talented people sharing a craft. It's not trying to heighten it. Yeah,
they seem to all get along like it's a camp or something.
That's what I was always trying to make. I wanted them to be more competitive with each other.
You did?
Yeah, I would always be like, she's making the same dress as you. She says it's going to be better. What do you reckon? And they were just like, I hope, good luck. Like that.
She says you're wearing a wig.
Yeah, she asked me your dad's phone number. Are you going to stand for it? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, I have so many more questions, but I've got to sort of wrap things up.
Yeah.
And there's a segment, I don't know if you've seen the podcast, that I have called Fill in the Blank.
Oh.
And I'll say a sentence, and you have to fill in the blank.
Okay.
You don't have to be funny.
Good.
Okay?
I'm not going to be.
Okay, good. All right. I have 5 minutes of spare time. I'll most likely blank.
Read.
Read?
Yeah.
Like even for just 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's weird.
No.
No?
No.
So like you'll just read a page. Because I always, with reading like a book, are you talking book?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, oh, where was I? And that'll take me 5 minutes right there.
Okay. That's not what I'm like. I just go, I'm reading like that.
Wow.
I'm already there. Folded over the page. I would only ever stop at the bottom of a page, so I know that's the next
You
page.
dog ear a page?
I do. But look,
You're a dog ear.
look how much time it's saving me.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
You can't, there's no way you can twist this to not be excellent. That I dog ear a page.
Are you writing another book right now? Or
I am. Yes. Yeah.
novel?
A novel. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's a whole other interview. I'm embarrassed to eat blank. I'll actually hide it if someone walks in on me. Well, meat, probably. No.
I'd be no. What would I be embarrassed of? There definitely are things I'd be embarrassed of. Yeah, my kids' snacks, I think I'd hide. Yeah, if I'd sort of raided the packed lunches.
Or like if they're on the plate, it's the last few things on the plate.
Oh, no, we do. That's fine.
Okay.
But, no, but if I was like opening stuff I've bought specially for their packed lunches, that doesn't feel great.
Little leprechauns.
Yeah.
Blank is the thing I've laughed at the most this week.
Oh, that is my kids, annoyingly.
That's okay.
No, but it's just such a parent answer. But they're just really, this are very funny ages, doing very funny stuff.
Anything in particular? My kids are the funniest thing.
It won't sound funny to anyone. So Albie's 2, and so this morning I was sleeping on a mattress on his floor with him, and he woke me up and he said, yesterday I had jelly beans. They're my favourite. So that doesn't sound funny to anyone else.
But to wake somebody up and
to be
say
like,
that.
6 a.m, big news, Mum. The woman who gave me the jelly beans. let me tell you about these jelly beans. They're my favourite.
And it was urgent to tell you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
If I ever see my kids blanking, I don't know how to react. I won't know how to react.
Oh, won't know how to react. I don't like them fighting, but it's not more that I don't know. Maybe it is I don't know how to react. I don't want to just scream at them for the rest of their lives.
I know.
Stop strangling each other. Kind hands. Yeah.
Mine fight now. I don't know what to do.
It's horrible. And also, sometimes they're having fun, but they are literally seconds from one of them hitting their head on something or falling down the stairs.
Right.
So it's not like I just go, enjoy it, it's nature.
The disaster is this close away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
Yeah. But it's a part of growing up.
Apparently.
Career and family aside, my biggest accomplishment in life is blank.
Oh, I once scored a par on a golf course making a TV program and they didn't film it.
Why?
Well, because they didn't think I'd get it in. So, Rich, imagine
The
this.
putt.
So it's in Edinburgh, and I've done one shot, and it's got it like 30 feet below the. I don't know if you play golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a hole there on the top of a hill.
Is it a par 3?
It's a 2.
Par 2?
Yeah. So it's about 30 feet down the hill, and there's an expert. He's about 20, so he's a youth golfer, and he gives me the right club and tells me the angle, and then he says to me, "You got this," and my really overconfident brain went, "All right, I'll just whack it in then," and then I did, and the man who owned the golf course, when I looked up, I could see all the cameras were all faced at me. None of them were faced at the hole. I'd done it really fast.
Oh, no.
And the man who owned the golf course was like this.
Oh, the odds of you getting it again.
And he spoke to me and he was saying, "I just can't believe you did that." He said, "No one could have done that." And the guy who told me you could do it, like the 20-year-old, who went, "I couldn't have done that shot. No one could have done that shot." It was like against physics. And then I felt so amazing. I just felt so amazing. And I knew they hadn't got it. I knew they hadn't got the shot. So then they had to spend...
So it didn't happen.
No, they had to spend hours faking it. They didn't actually get how good my golf shot was. But I know in my heart I did it, and I have this
Oh.
choice now. I either take up golf, am I good at it? But what if I'm not? And then I take away from the fact that that was just a fluke. I'm not an incredibly talented golfer.
Maybe that's the next chapter of your life.
I think so. Also, I really loved driving a golf buggy.
Yeah, it's the best.
So of course people love golf.
Yeah.
Even these like beautiful places.
Well, they're trying to devise cars now because a lot of people don't drive their cars very far.
Yeah.
So they're having buggy-like cars.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you'd have to do like rules because with golf buggy you don't have to.
Those damn rules.
Yeah, I don't want car rules.
Yeah.
I want to be free.
Buggy rules.
Buggy rules, yeah, as in no rules.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
new shows we've got. Buggy rules. I forget the other
Rugby
ones.
Mum. Rugby
Rugby
Mum's the big
Mum.
one, yeah.
And the evil
Ego death.
one.
Ego death.
Ego death.
Ego death. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
You're the one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And just to promote your tour,
Yes.
I Am a Strange Gloop
Yes.
is going to be February and March. If you
Yes.
want to buy tickets,
That's-
go to your website.
Yes, please, yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Another great title. Wow, that was Sarah. You can see her on tour this month and March. You know how to get the tickets. And remember to like and subscribe. And also, if you want to do Patreon, you can get a membership where you can see the episodes a couple of days, maybe even more, before normal people do. Okay? Patreon, normal people. Just kidding. So listen, we do have a question from one of our viewers. His name is Howard Moon, and he asks, does Robot in Disguise still exist? Well, that was a band, very great band. I know you've heard of them if you're big fans of the Boosh. I don't know if they're still around. I can't answer that question, Howard Moon. So look it up. I'm sure they're gigging somewhere. I just haven't. I'm out of the loop. Give me a break. Okay? Jeez, I need some pickle juice. All right, thanks.
TalkBox, TalkBox, TalkBox. TalkBox, TalkBox, TalkBox. Rich Fulcher. TalkBox, TalkBox, TalkBox. TalkBox, TalkBox, TalkBox.
Rich Fulcher's TalkBox.